This one, Jesus is starting to put his little band together.
Happy New Year! Well, maybe you're watching this before the new year. I can't remember when I'm going to publish it. But either way, this is the first Sunday of 2026, January 4th. And Adriene, you're back in the pulpit. We are still in John. If you caught us last week, we started the first of 16 weeks of the Gospel of John, as the narrative lectionary has us really leaning into one book for this entire post-Christmas pre-season Easter, pre-Easter season. That's the order of the words. And you are back.
Yeah.
John, still chapter 1, the very next verse from last Sunday's reading. And we got some disciples. What's going on in this text, and what are you thinking as you kind of lean into it already?
Yeah, so this one, Jesus is starting to put his little band together. um, About to go on tour, looking for some bandmates. So people are standing around. Jesus is walking by. He made an appearance in the last story,
Yep. You
and
got baptized.
yes, and John the Baptizer is exclaiming and proclaiming. I'm not sure Jesus is super excited about that, but as people are hearing John, they are following Jesus, and he's noticing that he's being followed. And one of my favorite questions um, in the gospel: "What are you looking for?"
Yeah.
It's such a great
Yeah.
question. A great question to start the new year. A great question just for our lives. Um, and these folks are hungry, and
Yeah.
Jesus is like, come and see, come and check it out, come and see where I'm staying, come and see who I am and what I'm about. And then he starts pulling those folks in and saying, follow me. And
I love it. I love it. Last week the question was, "Who are you?" asked to John the Baptizer. This week we get Jesus asking that. What are you looking for? What a just in your face. We're skipping the small talk. We are just going right to the questions. And I think I'm sure this is where you're going to go in the sermon. But there's so much to that. Jesus is asking these people that question, which has a lot of messianic expectations baked into it. But we can ask that question in our own lives and in our own world. What are you looking for? I have the suspicion. I forget where I picked this cliche or trope up. You find what you're looking for. So you almost, if you are looking for goodness and joy, you will find it. If you are looking for anger and disgruntledness and bitterness, you're going to find that too. There's a social experiment. I've done it just in my life because it's interesting. If you close your eyes, it helps you feel like maybe outside, and you say a color over and over and over and over and over, and then open your eyes, you will see things of that color. They were already there, but you have primed your eyes to notice that thing. So I think, what are you looking for? We have a lot of agency in even how that experiment in our day-to-day lives even happens.
right, so much power. And I'm so glad you said that. It takes me back to a sermon I preached a few weeks ago about the magic of our words. And this
Yes.
is like our thoughts. And I think that Jesus throughout this gospel is reminding us of our power and how we're able to shape things. I love that you said that. And
Yeah.
you know that story about the person who was like leaving a town and wanting to go to another town, and they met someone at the crossroads. And what is that town like? Well, what was the town like that you were in, right? And the one person says, oh, it was terrible. The people were terrible. And they say, that's probably what you're going to experience in this new town.
Yeah.
But then the other
Yeah.
person says, oh, the people were delightful. They were so warm and welcoming. Same town. Well, that's what you had in that town. That's what you'll have in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that, I don't know if Jesus was quite pulling off that social experiment in his question of this, but I think it definitely seeps into how we live into this question today, and how we can hear a question from 2,000 years ago come off the page and speak to us in our lives and our world. Because you got to be looking for something. Maybe that's, I know we're going to get to Star Wars, but I'm already feeling like a little bit of Star Wars. What are you looking for? Parallels going on in here. I don't know if you want to go there
Yeah.
yet, or
Well,
save that for
absolutely.
something.
Well, I think you're right. And then the notion of a star word or following a star, I think is appropriate. I was being a little tongue in cheek about Jesus having this sort of rock star quality, but he is slowly starting to attract these people who don't really know him, but there's an attraction there. kind of groupie like. John saying you're the Lamb of God. There's something about this guy. I'm following him. I haven't really been introduced to him. I don't know him,
Yeah.
but I am going to check him out and see what he's about. And I think sometimes that we do follow the shiny thing or the starry thing, and so to be checked in a way. And I don't think Jesus is doing this in a harsh way, um, but to be invited to be mindful about why.
Yeah.
Why are you following me? What are
Mm,
you looking for? Do you want to be about the thing that I'm about to do? Like, and literally, he's about to go on tour. He's going to start hitting some cities and doing some things. Um, and can you roll with this? Can you, it's going to be hard. There's going to be some late nights. There's going to be some difficult things culminating in the cross. But what I love about John's gospel for me, the highlight is the foot washing, this invitation to serve and to sacrifice. So you need to know what you're looking for if you're going to ride with me.
yeah. Ooh, get ready because we are going somewhere. Are you jumping on this bandwagon because it's moving? You're welcome to. We're not excluding you, but we are going somewhere. And are you ready to come along? Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So typically, Star Words fall on more of an epiphany vibe with the Magi following a star. So the narrative lectionary has this kind of sidestepping the Magi. Sorry, Magi. They're still my favorites. Give us a bit of what are Star Words, and then we've already kind of made some connections to what are you looking for and how it can connect really well with this Sunday. But just give us what can we look forward to with this Star Wars experience at Riverside, and why do we do it?
Yeah. So for the past, I don't know how many years, I don't know if we did it the first year I was here, and it certainly wasn't my idea. It's done in churches throughout the world. On Epiphany, people are given words that may invite their imagination about their direction for the year. We put single words on cards. I have saved all of mine. My word for this last year has been nurture, and
Mm,
we don't tell you what it means or how it connects. We invite you to meditate with that word and pray with that word, and to think about how God might be calling you into a deeper relationship with the holy, in and through this world. Um, Someone said to me, Reverend Mira, oh, nurture, that's an easy word. That's what we do. That's what we do for people. And I said to her, this is not for other people. This is a commentary on my life.
yeah.
I knew immediately what that was. You need to stop being so crazy and busy and like settle and nurture your own self.
Yeah.
And so we trust and believe, and I find that it has been very powerful. People know exactly what the word they get is intended to do. Um, I served a church in Brooklyn. We passed out Star Wars one year, and forgive is one of the words. And it was funny because our sexton, as he was cleaning up after that particular Sunday, would find the forgive words left on the pew.
No one wants that for their word. I don't want to be looking for that in the upcoming year.
Nobody want. They're like, oh, can I get a different word? Generally, we have kids pass them out because one, I think it's fun for them, but also I think the adults trust that there's something lovely and delicious in having a little person walk up to you and give you a word. It's kind of hard to say, yeah, I don't want that, as you might do to an adult, but to like a sweet, beautiful child, you're going to say thanks and
Yeah.
settle with your word. Yeah.
And I think there is, I mean, just the ability to focus and let a single word speak to you again and again and again and again. I write mine on my desk right here, so it's in Sharpie. I have the last 2 years, a little star next to it. This last year, mine was awake, which I mean is fitting. I have two young kids, so I spend a lot of evenings awake because someone wakes up and needs me. But obviously, there's more the ramifications of how can I be more awake this year? What we all need that, when wokeness is turned into something. But just and I feel like that in my own life. I'm a white, straight, cis guy living in small, conservative Midwest Michigan. There is a lot that I need to make sure I'm awake to just in my surroundings and how I'm showing up. So I think these words have so much sticking power, and the meaning gets deeper and deeper. The what are you looking for? You can look for this word day after day after day after day, 365 times as we go through the year. So I definitely, I know you carry yours in your like your lanyard,
The
don't you?
back of
Yeah.
my phone, but
Yeah, yeah,
I don't have the phone where I would show you, and I've got all 3 from the last 3 years.
yeah.
I also wanted to say about Awake, and I think that you do this in the beautiful videos that you make, is awakening to the beauty and the joy in the community that you're in, the things that
Mm,
you and your family are creating, but also that just the beautiful things I think that you notice on your runs that you
mm,
bring to other people. Because I think there are ways in which we can say this moment or this government or this town that I'm living in. It's like, but I think you
mm.
also are often awakening to the good. And I think helping other people to remember to wake up to it's not just these
Yeah.
things that bring us down. There's also God, the bushes being on fire, right? The colors being vibrant if we care to notice.
Yeah, you just got to look for them. You just got to sometimes open your eyes and realize what's always been there. It's already here. I love it. I love it. So this Sunday, you can expect a young person to give you your Star Word card. For those of us online, we have another process. We build out a page on our website that kind of you click a thing and it randomly selects a word. It's the same list of words they're having in the room. So there's a little more honor system because you could easily just be like, I don't like that word. Click it again. So you got to just trust the
Don't do that.
magic of the internet. Yeah, don't do that. Just do it once. And that's what the internet is giving you. The
Right,
almighty algorithm? Nah,
right,
not really an algorithm. It's a
right.
random word distributor. But
Right.
yeah.
And you can change, but I know what will happen is you will be thinking about that other word. It will haunt you for the rest of the year because that was your real word.
It really was forgiveness. Oh. Oh, well, this is gonna be a good one. I mean, it's always a good one, but I love the last and the first of the year, I think are always such special, like tender Sundays as we're on this precipice. Like, yeah, there's nothing really magical about the first of the year, but I think there is. Like, why do New Year's resolutions have magic on January 1st? No, but I do think there's something about the kind of cultural awareness of a thing, and so we're all kind of turning a page, and it's just so many people noticing it makes the thing we're noticing more special. So it's insignificant,
Absolutely.
but it's significant. This is my rant about
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely. So when I was on staff at the very first church I served, I generally would preach the last Sunday of the year, and I always felt like it was a special time because it's an ending and a beginning at the same time. And I think it was E. E. Cummings, I might be wrong, who said our beginnings are in our endings. And so there is something mystical about the end. Also, when we hit the winter solstice, December 22nd ish, we start to increase the light. We start to get another minute or so of light. And I remember when I discovered that because I think that I'm affected by the seasonal affective disorder. But knowing that in December the days start lengthening, it gives me so much hope. So the light has come, and the light is coming. That
Mm.
timing of the birth of Jesus and the lengthening of the days all the way to Easter is also a beautiful thing to hold. It's as the year is ending and starting at the
Yeah,
same time.
it's like they kind of did something right in co-opting those pagan holidays. They're
Right?
called pagan, but they're taking the
Not
solstice
Christian.
and proselytizing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got to unearth that often gets lost. We forget the natural liturgies in our created space and how they actually speak something deeper and longer and truer that all of these things tap into as well. So
I
the
wonder if you want
lengthening
to
of
say something about the pagan because people might not know, but I believe that the birth of Jesus actually historically would have been in March.
yeah,
We moved
yeah,
it to coincide with celebrations that were already happening, and that
yes,
was the co-opt.
yeah. So Christmas, Jesus wasn't born in December. I think we know that it's not really his birthday. There's a lot of like let's revise the history, but it was dropped there for a lot of reasons. One of them being the winter solstice. Easter, by the way, was always Easter. There's some controversy. Was that taking over a quote unquote pagan holiday? I say quote unquote because often pagan becomes a derogatory term, but that I think is not always helpful. But Easter was always connected to Passover, Pesach, so that one actually comes from a Jewish and Christian origin. So anyway, well, we got about 15 weeks to go until Easter. Let's
That's
stick
right.
with
That's right.
Jesus getting the band together and your star word. If you're watching this far, first off, you're amazing, Bill, Lorraine, Melody. We know who you are. Leave a comment below and say star word. That's what it is. Don't say what your star or bonus. You can say what your star word was for last year if you know it, and get ready for this year's.
Yes.
We'll see. You and me might be the only two church geeks who write our star word down or keep it with us. I bet other people
forget.
I know.
Yeah. Every time I pick up my phone, I have to see it and be reminded.
Every time I sit at my desk, it's right there.
Yeah.
I see it next to me on my computer. It's the way to do it. All right, Star Words Sunday. We'll see you all the usuals. Bible Study in the morning, coffee afterwards, online, on site. Join us however you can, and we will see you on Sunday for John and Star Words. Bye, everyone.